Record. All right, cool. We are recording. So, hey guys, welcome to our first call of the month. It's a new month. It's Monday, and we are excited for our Kickstart call. We decided to change it up a bit, and instead of just having our regular scheduled team calls, we wanted to start the month off strong because we have a lot of new coaches, and we want to make sure that you guys are starting your month off right and you know exactly what to do to have the most success. So we're going to run through all of these slides with you tonight. We're going to take some questions at the end. If you have questions, we'll hang around and answer those. But the main thing is that these things that we're going to be talking about are things that you can start implementing right now. We're going to go over some housekeeping stuff and talking to you about all the things you need to know to succeed. So I guess I'll start it off and then we'll go like me, Emmy, Lauren. Does that work? Is anyone else on here? Did I miss anyone? I think it's just the three of us. So all right, so I will get started with that. So the first thing we wanted to talk about is the team page and just some things to kind of look out for. We are doing something new this month. It's called Coachtoberfest, and it's kind of corny, but it'll be fun. So basically what that means is every day, there's going to be something showing up in the team page for you to comment on or to respond to, and it's things that are going to help you succeed in this business. It's not like we were trying to make you do extra work. It's literally things you should be doing anyway. So it's just going to reinforce the accountability there. So that is all going to be up here. It's going to be your week at a glance so you know what to expect for each day. The units section, if you click on the units tab, you'll see that this page, the Team Sweat Your Heart Out page, is organized by unit, and there's like a bunch of different resources in there. If you are also in an additional team page, which many of you are, the team pages are run very similarly. So there's lots of files in there for you to, if you're looking for something. But one thing I have to say is don't get caught up trying to go through all the files and all of the things in the page. Kind of use it as I'm looking for something about invites and just kind of look for it when you're looking for something. Don't try to go through everything because a lot of the stuff in this page in particular has been in there for 4 years, and if the further down you go, like it may even be outdated at that point. So just really use it as a resource if you're looking for something. If you have a question, you can search the group. So like I said, if you're looking for inviting or something about posting, you can search those keywords and all of the posts and things that have that related to it will show up. If you have a specific question, you can ask it as a post in the team page. Somebody will answer it for you and help you. And just make sure that you have your notifications turned on. I mean, you may get more notifications than you're used to now that you are a coach, but these are things that are important, especially when it comes to the team page. You want to make sure you know what's going on. So make sure your notifications are turned on. And if they're turned off, make sure you make a point. Can you still hear me even though he's barking? All right. Make sure you make a point to check the team page at least once a day if they're off, but I don't suggest turning them off because you don't want to miss anything. And then just a reminder, our team calls are every Monday at 8 p.m. You're going to hop on the same Zoom link that you're on. It's the same link every week, and each week it'll be something different for you to learn and hear from one of the coaches on our team or a guest speaker or something like that. So that's how the team page works. I did want to point out as well, you'll see a calendar, which is always pinned in the announcements. And then the banner, when you click on the banner, it'll pull it up big on your screen. And you'll see here on the side, it says, welcome to the team and steps to get started. So this is equivalent to, I know the Imagination Fit to Fly page is set up exactly the same way. You click on the banner and it has the steps to get a new coach started. It's the same thing in this page. So if I'm your coach, you're only in this page. If I am not your direct coach, you're in multiple pages, but they're all set up very similarly. So when you have a new coach, all you have to do is put a comment here like, welcome to the team, tag them, and then they'll follow these steps and they'll have everything they need to succeed as well. And then in the calendar post, you'll see here it says Coach Blueprint. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. That's where you're going to find that in the calendar post. It's also over here in this post. So it's really easy to find, and it's something that's going to be super useful for you as you start to work your business with getting into a routine. So that's it. Basically, like the calendar also has everything that you can expect for the month. So I encourage you to take a look at it so you know what's coming up in the month of October. Okay, You can go, Amy.
Okay. Are you gonna, okay. You're clicking through it, right? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. So we're going to jump right into the nitty gritty. And I'm sure you guys, if you've been around for a minute, have heard of the 4 vital behaviors, or even if you're brand new, you've probably already heard of this term. But this is an incredibly simple business. So for all of the different tabs and pages and everything like that, it's actually very, very, very simple. That doesn't mean it's easy, but a 6th grader who knows how to use a smartphone, probably even someone younger than that, could 100% do this business, and there is a proven formula to follow. People who have been successful in this business have already figured this out. So really all you have to do is be incredibly consistent, meaning every single day do these 4 vital things. And they're called vitals for a reason. And like this says, this is definitely what you want to take up at least 80% of your time with. It's really kind of tempting and easy in this business to feel like you're being busy and productive because you're scrolling social media and you're liking people's posts and you feel like you're doing a lot of work and you're on your phone a lot, but it's not things that actually move your business ahead. But what does is these 4 things. So there's training on all of these more in depth in your Coach Online office in the training tab. But the first is invite, invite, invite. And this literally means talking to human beings. It doesn't really matter what order we run through these in. I actually kind of like to think of number 2 and 3 as sort of the foundation, but I'll just run through them in the order that's on these slides. So the first is inviting. This means talking to people and not just chit-chatting, but actually asking either, hey, would you like to join a support group or a challenge group? Or, hey, have you ever thought about being a coach? Would you like to learn? Ooh, somebody is echoey. Would you like to learn more about that? So that is the bread and butter. You cannot expect people to sign up with you if you're not asking. And you definitely don't want to just be asking maybe like one person a day. You really never know who out there is dying for some sort of solution that we have, and you don't know until you ask. It's not being pushy to ask, it's being professional. And I think of inviting as my duty because I know what this has done for me. And every day that I don't invite somebody else, I am holding this opportunity to myself. So I think of not inviting as super selfish, which it is because we're sitting on this amazing opportunity. So that is the first. And we could spend an entire call, and we have, on just inviting, but just know that that is the basic premise. When we say invite, we mean actually ask, not like, hey, let me know if you're interested, or just posting. Those are, posting is obviously key, but that doesn't count as an actual invite. And these should be over direct message. It can be through Facebook, it can be through Instagram, it can be in real life, people you work with. But that is what you want to start doing right away. And you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait until you're a couple months in. It's the kind of thing where it's almost like ripping a Band-Aid off at first. The first few times it may be awkward because it's not how most people use social media, but it's just going to become second nature, and it's just going to become almost brainless because it'll just be something you do every single day. Not everybody's going to say yes, but it's on you to just at least ask. The second is personal development, which I kind of think of as the number 1 thing in this business, and that is filling up your own cup, working on your own mindset. And this has to come first and foremost. This should be your main focus, I really think. This should be what you probably start your day with. I was super confused what this meant for some reason when I was new. I kept asking Carolyn, like, what is PD? Like, I thought it was a specific book or something. It's really any book or podcast that you want to listen to or read that's going to grow your mindset. And that means it could be like a business podcast, the National Wake Up Calls, training videos on YouTube. Those are all great, but also something more personal. So if you know you struggle with self-confidence, or you know you struggle with, I don't know, it could be any number of issues. That's always kind of been mine. Then really delve into that and listen to podcasts that speak to that. We have tons of recommendations we can share. Your coach can recommend something. But personal development should be at least 10 to 15 minutes of your day. If you want to listen while you're driving, if you want to read something before you go to bed, if you want to listen to something while you're doing your invites, you can knock 2 birds out with 1 stone there. But personal development is everything, because if you are depleted and emotionally run down and not in a good headspace yourself, you're not going to be motivated to do the rest of the work. And even if you do it, it's not going to be coming across the way you want it to come across, because you have to put your own oxygen mask on before helping others. Being proof of the product is number 3. And this means literally what it sounds like: drinking Shakeology, using our products, committing to a fitness program. I always find that when I'm following one of our fitness programs to a T and incredibly dialed in to getting my own results, that's when my business takes off too. So just commit. I really recommend doing a program start to finish, not hopping around. You're not going to get as good of results. And be a walking billboard for your business. And then the second part of this is sharing it on social media, because people can't know what you're doing if you're not talking about it. So that means storying about it, posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook. You can post really the same content across all three, but just putting that out there, because people are going to take notice, and you never want to do it in a salesy way. You don't want to say the names of the products or anything like that. You just want to show that you're walking the walk and doing what you're asking other people to join you in. And you do not need to be ripped. You do not need to be at your goal weight. In fact, it's a lot more inspiring for people to be able to watch you in real time when you're not. Like me, for example, right now, I'm like 20 pounds heavier than I was a few months ago because I'm bulking right now. I could easily be like, nobody wants to see that. I don't have any definition anymore. But I'm getting more messages now thanking me for being real about the struggles of that than I was back when I had a six-pack. So you just want to share what you're doing and where you're at authentically every single day. And then last is super simple and just kind of a feel-good, awesome thing all around, which is recognition. So this means shouting out your teammates, shouting out your challengers or your clients' results. If you don't have any of those yourself, then you can post before and afters that are in the team page photo albums. You can talk about this call. That would count. Like you could take a screenshot of us on the call afterwards and post about how awesome this team is and how supportive we all are of each other, whatever you want to say. But it really just shows that you are getting people results and that you're not just sitting in a dark room by yourself behind your computer, but that you're actually part of the tribe. And it shows people that, you know, like, hey, I want to be part of that. I want to be getting the results she's getting or be a part of that tribe. So those are the 4 vitals. I try to keep that short, but that was a little long. Was that the last of the slides on that?
I think
okay.
So.
All right, Lauren's turn.
Oh, so weird. It's just showing me a picture of Emmy's face. Weird. I don't know why it does that.
Can you see the slide?
I can see the slide now. I had to move things. Sorry.
Okay.
I was just like Emmy's face. Okay. So Success Club. Success Club is a, God, I'm so sorry. It's been so long. If you're brand new, you'll learn. I have a bird. He screams in the background of every single team call all the time. This is the only time he ever screams. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Success Club is basically something that comes as a direct reflection of the amount of lives that you are changing. So Success Club is a goal for you if you want to grow your business in any way, whether it's into a full-time income or just as a hobby, whatever it is. Success Club is crucial to being successful as a coach, right? Seems self-explanatory. But if you hit Success Club every single month, the commission you're earning back is paying for your Shakeology. So hitting Success Club equals free Shakeology, right? The minimum amount of people to hit Success Club that you need to help every month is 3. That's not hard to do, but you have to actually be putting in work to do that, right? Make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, so we earn points for Success Club through challenge pack sales and Shakeology home direct orders. We earn 2 points for every challenge pack or Shakeology home direct order that's sold to a new customer. So if you had someone buy something this month and they buy it again next month, you only get the points the first time. So 2 points per customer. You help 3 people, that's 6 points. That's your minimum Success Club. It's technically Success Club 5, but that's your minimum. You want to aim for 10 though. Don't try to rely on just having 3 people every month, because people will return or flake, or, you know, life crises happen. So don't rely on only helping 3 people. Don't only talk to 3 people and think that that's enough to get you Success Club. You need to aim much higher than that. Because I think Carolyn mentioned this, but, you know, people don't always say yes, and that's okay. So we need to be prepared for that. Also, when you earn Success Club, you're earning commissions, right? So you're getting at least $40 back in commission for every single challenge pack that you sell to someone. That's for the minimum challenge pack, but it goes up as the challenge packs go up. So if you want to be earning any sort of income in this business, you will be pushing for Success Club every single month. You also have to have 90 PV in your own personal orders. So that's Shakeology. If you're getting Shakeology Home Direct, that's covered. If you get Daily Sunshine, that's 90 PV. If you do Energize and Recover, Carolyn, correct me, right? Energize and Recover on HD every month, that counts. But you need to be
sorry, Daily Sunshine's only $75 now since they changed the price, just so you know.
Stop. Oh God. Hang on. I'm sorry. The doorbell is broken and won't stop ringing. Stop.
You're very animal-friendly people. This is a team full of dog moms, bird moms, cat moms, so we're used to this. It's okay.
Sorry. I'm like dog sitting, and there was a male person squatting outside, and the doorbell button was like jammed in. Just ringing. Okay, sorry. So Daily Sunshine it's because of the sale. It's less. Okay, clarification. But yes. So you need to have at least 90 PV on HD. So if you're getting Shakeology every month, which you should be as a coach, because if you're authentically sharing your journey and using the products and sharing why they work and how much you love them, then you should be drinking Shakeology every day. 3 challenge packs said that. Oh, and then if you earn Success Club for your first 3 months as a coach, you get a free ticket to Summit. So Summit is the annual huge coaching event. You want to be there for sure. It is like such a game changer. It's really cool to be able to be around that sort of energy. You get to be with like your whole team. Like we're spread out all over the place, and all of us make it to Summit every year, and it's really cool because it's like one of the only times that we get to all be together. But you get a ticket for free, and you get tons of training at Summit. You get to sit and listen to like personal development gurus and like everybody from corporate, and it's a really awesome experience, and it's something you want to be at. And if you can be there for free, you should definitely take advantage of that. So Success Club, your first 3 months will get you that ticket. So that's just helping 3 people every month at least. And my favorite part, you also earn free trips when you hit Success Club. So every single year, Beachbody does a Success Club trip. You qualify when you're hitting Success Club every month. You earn money for that trip, and it basically ends up paying for itself. Cool. All right, I'm going to take this one too because I'm going to have to run in a minute. Okay, so Emerald and Diamond rank. These are things, even if you're a brand new coach who just signed up yesterday, these are things you want to start thinking about and you want to get into your brain. These are basically the ranks, aka your promotions in this business that you need to be aiming for. So to become an Emerald coach, that is basically your first like stepping stone as being a leader of your own team, and that's just you plus 2 other coaches. So that can be your 2 friends who see what you're doing and want to join you. It can be your mom and your dad. It can be your husband and your sister. It can be any 2 coaches when they sign up under you. And your coach, your upline, will help you figure out how to do your left leg and your right leg. I won't talk about how to actually get into that right now. But basically, you just need a coach on each leg, and then you're an Emerald. Emerald is easy. It should not take you more than 30 days. Your Emerald goal that you set for yourself should not be more than 30 days away. You can do it in a week. You can do it in a day. You can do it an hour after you sign up as a coach. legitimately, like I tell this story all the time, but like I hit Emerald completely by accident my first month as a coach, and I didn't even know what I was doing or what Emerald meant, and I accidentally hit it. Like it's not that hard, so don't make it a bigger deal than it actually is. And if you are pushing for Success Club, which like I just talked about, you should be, if you sign up 2 coaches in a month, that's already 4 Success Club points. You just need to help one more person, and you have Success Club your first month. So it all really fits in together. And then Diamond. Diamond is really like what you want to be running towards right from the start. Diamond is really when you're leading a team, and your team is becoming their own leaders of their own teams, right? So it doesn't have to be super scary or anything like that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And it's something like, again, if you set your date for too far away, like it's going to take the amount of time that you give it, right? So if you set your Diamond goal date for like 6 months from now, like it's going to take you at least 6 months to get there. You don't need 6 months to get there at all. 90 days should be like your maximum time for your date for your Diamond goal. But really you can do it in less time than that. And if you are pushing for Success Club, sorry, let me know if that gets too loud. If you are pushing for a Success Club every month and you sign up 3 people your first month as coaches, you already have 3 people underneath you, and then you sign up 3 people your next month as coaches, and then you sign up 3 people your third month as coaches, you already have more personally sponsored coaches than you need to be a Diamond. So it's really not that hard, and then you just have to teach your coaches how to replicate what you're doing and duplicate what you're doing. So 90 days or less, it doesn't take that long. If you are doing the vital behaviors like Emmy talked about, and you are sharing the journey, and you are like excited about this business, I'm so sorry. He's so obnoxious. But if you are sharing and you're excited and you're talking to people about it and you are truly inviting people, becoming a Diamond coach is going to happen for you. But as long as you are putting in the work and you are really painting the vision for yourself. Is there anything I missed on that, Carolyn? Sorry, the doorbell really threw me off.
No, you're good. I just added that the retreat deadline is 11/8. So if you guys are working towards coming on our team retreat, then just keep that goal date in mind and just start running towards it.
But you want to be on the retreat.
Yes.
It's going to be so fun.
All right. So is it back to me? Think so? Yeah. All right. So one of the most important things, as Emmy talked about while she was going over the vital behaviors, is, your body is your business, and it's really, really, really important that you're staying committed to doing a program and drinking your shake. So the way that we make sure you're doing that is through challenge groups, and these are also set up not only for your own success, but also to help your people who you're helping have the same success as you. So your coach should have a challenge group for you to be a part of. And the most important thing is that you are a part of a challenge group before you go and try to recreate one and run your own. Now, I personally have a challenge group that's ongoing. I know many of the leaders on this team do. So your coach probably has a similar group where you can use that group as your own and add your people to it. So they already have a community. Most of us have kind of transitioned over to that ongoing community feel type of group. But you want to make sure that you are a challenger first. So you are committing to your program, you're getting results, and as you're doing that, you're inviting people to join you on the journey, and they're going to have success because you're going to plug them into that group that you're in that's already set up for you and do the programs with them. So there's the 3 options. You can host your own only after you've been in one. That's totally up to you. You can team up with another coach on the team and run one together, or you can run one with your coach and use the community page that your upline leader has. We also have the option of doing them on Facebook or the Challenge Tracker app, which I'm not going to dive into detail on any of these things because we do have additional training that explains how to set up the Tracker app and all of that stuff. But you want to get results and then help your people do the same. That's how you grow this business. Your body is your business, and that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means you always have to be on a journey, and challenge groups are the way that we do that. Just some expectations though, if your coach is running the group, they're going to be doing a lot of the bigger stuff, but you are responsible for checking in just as you would expect your challengers to do. So you want to check in your workouts. You want to log in your shakes. I still do that. All of the coaches on this team still do that. We're always a challenger no matter how long we've been a coach. And you want to start to kind of take a leadership role within that group. So maybe that means you'll share a recipe, or maybe you should want to share a motivational post, or maybe you want to share a takeaway or something that you're really proud of from your workout. Whatever it is, you want to start taking the lead and doing those types of things within the group as well. You can go live in the group. You can ask your coach if they need help with, maybe doing recognition within the group. But remember, you're always a challenger first. And then from there, you want to start taking on leadership roles so that you are leading your people. Now, the other thing is, it's not just a dump and like peace out kind of group. When you have people that you're helping, you can't just dump them in your coach's group and expect your coach to hold them accountable. You have to understand that your coach has people that she is responsible for holding accountable. So you need to hold your people accountable. So whether that means you send out a weekly email to them and just kind of text them a couple times a week to check in with them. Maybe you want to do phone calls with them. Like however you want to check in with your challengers is 100% your call. But the most important thing is you are responsible for keeping them on track, not your coach. Even if your coach is the one hosting the group, they are your people. They came to you. They wanted to work with you. So it is your job as their coach to just hold them accountable. With that being said, you can only do so much. So don't get down on yourself if you have a challenger who falls off track. Obviously help them get back on track, but there's only so much you can do for a person. You can't do the workouts for them. You can't drink their shake for them. You can only do so much. So don't ever feel like it's your fault that like somebody isn't doing anything, because it's never your fault. If you've given them all the tools and you've checked in with them and they are just not making the effort to do the workouts, that's not on you. So just heads up right before you even start helping people, not to let that get you down, because I know that was something that I struggled with in the beginning, and I was like, what the heck? I'm helping them and they don't want to do the workout. But at some point there is a time where they'll realize that it's all on them. And the best way I've found to help people in that situation is sharing personal development with them. So sharing maybe a podcast with them that could help them, or, sharing the book that you're reading. Have you ever read Girl Wash Your Face? You should probably read that book. And just kind of helping them with their mindset, because most of the time it's the mindset that needs some work first before they can start doing the work on themselves. So just a little heads up with that. But just most important thing is you're always on this journey. You're always working on yourself, and that's how you're going to inspire other people to continue to work on themselves too. All right. Next. Oh, shit, sorry. I think it's just you and I think Lauren hopped off as of now.
Yeah, she had to go teach.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to get back into the nitty-gritty about inviting, like I was kind of skimming over earlier. So this is a sample challenge group invite. Now remember, there's kind of, I think of as two distinctive types of invites: to coaching and to challenge groups, support groups, whatever you want to call them. But this is a sample challenge group invite. You really want to make sure that when you're posting, an invite post, this is not a private invite. Obviously this would be a post. So this is part of being proof of the product. And like I said, this doesn't negate the need for your private invites through DMs, but this is a really great way to make sure that people know what you're doing, and that if they're just skimming your page, they know that they can join you. Side note, I always tell my girls to scroll through their own page, or have a friend or somebody scroll through your own page. And you should be able to see a post like this within like a couple scrolls worth of time. If you don't have a post like this recently, people are not going to know that you're running groups, and they're not going to know that they can become a part of it. So it's not enough to drop a post like this once a month and then say you're good. This needs to be weekly. And you definitely want to make sure, first and foremost, that you have a scroll stopping picture, because your posts are going to be buried and kind of competing with everybody's newsfeed. And you want to make sure it's something that's really going to make people perk up and take interest and read your post. So this would be a great example. Obviously, amazing results. And then you want to pair it with a story. So like put something personal in there. I like to start it with a question or some sort of hook just like we were taught when we were writing like 5-paragraph essays or in your English classes in college or whatever, you want to hook people in the first sentence or they're really not going to keep reading. So if you hook them in with a good photo and then you have some sort of juicy tidbit or a question to kind of be like, have you ever experienced this or something like that, then people are going to continue to read most likely. So you'll want to hook them in, and then the body of your post should be something personal. So the more real and raw you can be, the better. Nobody really wants a photo of you working out and you just say like, sweaty selfie, got my workout done. You kind of have to do the so what test. I used to teach this and I haven't in a long time, but I think it's still applicable. You want to look at your post and ask yourself, so what? So is that going to help somebody? Is it going to inspire them? Is it going to educate or be, funny at least, or make them think? If it doesn't, then you need to do something a little more deep and personal, or just, put a little bit more thought into it. And in this case, you could tell a story. You can tell about how you felt when you were in your before phase and then how you feel now. You don't need to be, again, at your goal. You just want to give them a glimpse into the process you're going through. And then end it with a call to action if this is going to be an invite post. So an invite post, the difference between this and just a regular post is it gives them a specific CTA, which is a call to action. So that could be drop a comment below if this spoke to you and I'll get you information on my upcoming group. It can be just something like, let me know in a comment what you'd like to work on for the next 90 days of this year. But you're giving them, it would really be specifically like drop a comment, drop an emoji, something like that to let people know exactly what to do and then let them know what to expect from you. And you can say something like, I will get in touch with you via email. I'll get you an application about my upcoming group. So hopefully that makes sense, but it needs to be something really concrete so that people are hooked in. They feel something emotionally, especially women. They've done a lot of studies. Women purchase things based on emotion. If you feel a connection to somebody's story, you are a ton more likely to buy something from them, which at the end of the day is what we do, than if you don't have any sort of emotional ties. And so you really want to get that emotional jab in there and then tell them exactly what to do. Drop a comment. I'll be in touch about my group starting whatever date. Okay, so we can go ahead on to the next. I think it's still the same sort of topic.
No, it's a little different.
Oh, okay.
But one thing though too, if you don't have a transformation yet, it doesn't have to be a transformation photo. It can literally be like, I'm using my social media for accountability. You can do weekly progress. You can talk about small wins, anything. You don't need like a grand transformation before you start inviting to your group.
You're saying that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you your 2 first invites that you can use literally right after you get off this call because as Emmy talked about earlier, inviting is what's going to grow your business. So you really just have to trust the process and understand that it's when you invite somebody, they may or may not be ready at the time you invite them, but they are going to come around at some point. So your initial contacts and the people that you're going to talk to first should be people who are really close to you, and I like to call that your dirt list. That just means people who would buy dirt from you. Like literally, if you were selling dirt, who would support you and buy a bag of dirt from you? So those would be parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, best friends who like you talk to on the reg. Not someone who you went to college with who you haven't talked to for 3 years, but like people who are close to you. And these are just some examples of ways that you can invite them. And obviously you don't have to use these word for word. These are also within the invite samples that are linked on the Coach Blueprint, which we'll show you at the very end of this call. But for example, something that you can say to a family member, I just started an online fitness coaching business and I'm super excited about it, kind of nervous. Would you be willing to be my guinea pig? It's not free, but I know you totally love it. I'll provide you with the tools to reach your goals. And if it doesn't work, you can get your money back and I promise I won't be mad at all. So that's something that you can say to a family member just to help them get started. They'll be your guinea pig, they'll be your testimonial and get started with Shakeology or whatnot. The second one is something you can say to a friend or someone that you're in regular contact with, could be a best friend at work. Hey girlfriend, really nervous to chat with you about this. I just wanted to share. I started an online accountability group this month. I think you'd absolutely love being a part of it. I know you're super busy and your schedule is crazy, but these workouts are made for busy people like us. And the nutrition is super simple to follow. Would you be willing to check it out? Worst that could happen is they say, no, I'm really not interested. And at that point you say, all right, well, you know, eventually they will be anyway. So this is something that you should do after you get off this call. It's not going to hurt you. It's the only way it can hurt you is if you don't do it. So I encourage you guys to do this after this call, at least to 3 people in your immediate circle. Not everyone that you know, but just start with 3 people and see what happens. And you never know, you could have somebody that's ready to start with you or somebody who wants more information by the end of tonight. And I think this goes, the next 2 kind of are more related. So if you want to take them, you can. It's up to you.
Sure, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so going more into the invite process, and I will preface this by saying there are really helpful scripts. There's really helpful sample scripts you can follow. They're never meant to be used verbatim. They're always meant for you to put your own spin on them. So if you're a step-by-step kind of person, you want it all laid out, that is what I personally follow every day. There is like a master file I know in Imagination, and I'm fairly positive in the one master blueprint in SYHO as well, that has like every part of this broken down into literal written out sample scripts. So this is just kind of an overall framework for how to invite, though. You always want to begin by asking questions. Basically, questions are going to be the thing that you do most in all of your conversations with people, because this whole process is about asking people, peeling back layers, asking them, getting really deep into their heads. It's almost like I kind of feel like I'm a therapist when I'm inviting, and then when I'm talking to people, because I'm just asking, and really people don't usually in their day-to-day life get the opportunity to talk about themselves and have people take the time to ask about what they want and what they want to achieve. So people really love this. And if you're up in your head about inviting, I just want to say I get so many people thanking me who don't even sign up, just thanking me for taking the time to talk to them, whether they go for it or not. So you want to begin by asking them about their goals. You want to be enthusiastic and genuine. So your energy needs to be up here. You can't be hoping people join you if you're kind of meh in your conversations. Like if you're like, yeah, you know, no pressure if you don't want to join. I know it's expensive. I know, like if you're already talking them off the ledge, that makes no sense. Like you have to be pretty much balls to the walls, super loud and proud about what it is that you are offering, because we know that we are offering something amazing. We're not scamming people into buying some crap they don't need. We're really offering something awesome here. And again, questions are king here. You want to end each thing you say should end with a question. So for example, when somebody says, I really want to, or if they say, you know, yes, I'm interested, tell me more, you're going to ask them, okay, what would a really important goal of yours be? Like, what is the main thing that you want to accomplish in this group with me? And then they say, oh, I really want to lose weight. If you're just like, okay, cool, we can definitely do that. They're not going to have anything to say back to that, and they're going to be waiting for you. So you can say, okay, cool, that's definitely extremely doable. How much weight would you like to lose, and like what would that mean to you? So just keep continually asking. And then when they say, I've just really been struggling to lose that for a while, then you can say something like, tell me what you've tried in the past. How does your eating habits look? These are all different things I ask. Like in a given week, how many times do you eat out? What have you tried in the past that you enjoyed? What are hurdles you ran into? So you just want to continually keep asking them questions, and the more you can ask and the more they reveal to you, I think the more grasp you have on the conversation, because then you know what they want, and you can A, help them determine if we have a solution for them, and B, when they give you an objection later on, you kind of have something almost to throw back in their face, because then you can be like, you told me that you've been trying to lose this 20 pounds and that it would mean so much to you and that it would allow you to be present with your kids and more active with them. Do you think that that's worth 30 minutes of your day? You know what I mean? It kind of gives you more like meat to kind of almost throw back in their face if they start to give you an objection. So you want to relate the program back to their goals. So at some point in the conversation, I have a pre-saved thing in my just Word file that I use. I give them a kind of just rundown overview of what it is that we offer. I say, awesome, thank you so much for sharing that. Here's what it is that I offer. And it's just a very short little paragraph. And then when you get to the part about the price, this is really key. By the time you ever mention price, you should know so much about them. You should know so much about their goals. You should know exactly what they want to do. They should know exactly what you're offering. And then when you break down the challenge pack price, usually it's going to be the all access pass with Shakeology. You have to be so proud of that, because I have 9 times out of 10 people that sign up with me, by the time I tell them that, they say, oh my God, that's so cheap. That's it. I was expecting it to be way more. And that is because we've taken the time to talk and they've really realized how much they need this, and it kind of sells itself at that point. So I always combat money objections before they are brought up, meaning in the little section where I send them the price breakdown, I say something, well, I actually don't even anymore, but I used to say something like, I know that sounds like a lot up front, but what I found was blah, blah, blah. So you can do something like that. I personally don't even usually anymore because, again, by the time I get to the price, it's sold itself. And then following up is just going to be everything. If I send out 50 invites, I'm probably going to get 2 or 3 people even respond. A lot of the time, nobody even sees your invites, so you have to follow up, meaning literally going back and being like, hey, I sent you a message the other day. I saw you hadn't had a chance to read it yet. Wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in your Facebook Messenger or something like that. Okay, stories and posts, cold invites. Yeah, I think we kind of, all right, I'm just going to move on to the next. So that is kind of what to do. And again, if you need a step-by-step structure, we have that for you guys. This is what not to do. These are probably, hopefully pretty obvious, but you never want to tell people the price up front. I have to go through a lot of questions and a lot of back and forth before I ever tell anybody the price. If you just come right at them with it, they're not going to understand the value. So when they hear 160, they're going to be like, oh my God, way too much. They're going to balk at that. They're going to run away because they don't understand the value, and they don't maybe even fully understand why they need it yet until you've gone through that questioning about their goals. So don't cut the conversation short. Again, this is a one-on-one personalized back and forth thing. People are going to really appreciate the time you take. And definitely don't send them the link right away, because if you send them that link, they're going to go onto beachbody.com or whatever. They're going to shop around. You're probably never going to hear back from them again, or they're just going to see the price and they're going to X out of it. I pretty much wait till people are almost begging me for that link until I send it. They have to have heard about the price, know what they're getting. We pick their Shakeology flavor. I get their email, and then I send it, and I am there on standby for them to complete their order, by the way. I never just send it out into the abyss. And then don't make the entire conversation about you. That should be obvious. Definitely don't send long paragraphs, aka word vomit. This is why I'm a big fan of following a script, because if I kind of go rogue off of that format, I might ramble on forever. I can obviously talk for a while, and you don't want to overwhelm people with that. They are not going to read it, and they're going to be like, oh my God, too much information. It's better to leave people curious than just to bombard them. There was a question. Oh, if somebody questions the price of the Shakeology auto ship, I assume you mean if they question the auto ship in general. I always reassure people that you're not roped into anything. I say, we're going to set you up on auto ship. It's going to suggest that you do that. I recommend you stick with it because it's going to save you money on shipping, and you will be able to cancel or pause that at any time with the click of a button. I can help you do that. But if you do fall in love with it and want to make this a lifestyle, which is what I obviously hope happens for you, then I'll hook you up with my discount moving forward, but you're never roped into continuing anything. And that usually reassures people. I've never had anybody, I don't think I've ever had anybody not do the auto ship once I explain that. Does that answer that question? Okay.
All right, so I'm going to quickly run through social media stuff. I'm going to try to be as fast as I can. I talk pretty fast anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys some quick tips just for your photos and things. So there are great ways to post, and there are ways that are maybe not the best. And it really just has a lot to do with very simple things that you can do. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need fancy equipment. All you need is good lighting, which you can literally get by standing in front of your window, which is where probably 85% of my selfies are from, or I'm outside in actual light. So just keep that in mind. You don't want dark images. It's really hard for people to see what's going on, and they're not really something that would stop a scroll. So window, self-timer, using a tripod, just some tips for you for taking your pictures. Good lighting, like I said, and then just finding a filter that you like and staying consistent and using the same filter on all of your pictures just to kind of make them blend and look pretty. I know it sounds kind of silly, but Instagram is a visually aesthetic platform, so you do want to make sure that your photos are bright, light, and like all kind of blend together. So whatever app filter you decide you want to use, I use the Lightroom app, but SYHO is also great. And also, on top of this, don't spend a million years trying to make your pictures look perfect, because that's not the most important thing. But these are just some things to be conscious of as you're posting, to kind of switch it up and change up your posts and not post all selfies or, you know, all shake posts or things like that. So just kind of mixing things up, and planning ahead helps with that. So if you do have like an hour on a weekend to sit down and plan out what you're going to talk about for the week, that's something that I do, and it's really helpful for me. So this is an example of that. You don't have to do this exactly as is, but these are just like 7 different types of posts that you can recycle and rotate throughout your week. You always want to make sure you're talking about coaching, because otherwise people won't know that they can be a part of your team. And even if you're brand new, you still have things to talk about. You don't have to be an expert to talk about coaching. You can talk about, you know, the community you're now a part of, the team, you know, you're working on your confidence, you're doing new things like personal development, and you're like finding yourself being more organized, you're getting into a routine. These are all things that coaching has brought to you. So don't think you have to be a coach for 5 years to talk about coaching. You could be a coach for a day and you have something to talk about. About me is something that you can do as well, because people want to get to know the real you, not just the Beachbody you. So make sure that you're also kind of sharing things that make you who you are, things that make you unique. If you're a mom, that's part of you. If you're a teacher, that's part of what you do. You know, we all have different things that make us unique. If you're a dog mom with the dog that barks in the background all the time, post about that. Behind the scenes, things like workouts, workout videos, showing like being on a team call, showing things in your stories are also behind the scenes, but it's great to make sure you're posting about those things as well. Doing something encouraging, something that's motivational. You know, we all run into those posts on Instagram and we're like, wow, that's so inspiring. It's probably something that person read in their personal development. Honestly, like, I don't think everyone out there just comes up with this amazing stuff off the top of their head. They are usually people who are plugged into their PD. So doing your PD is going to help with being inspiring and motivational in your posts. Insights, so it could be maybe a product that you love. This example is her love for Halo Top, but maybe you have a certain, I don't know, a certain brand of clothing that you really like, or a lip gloss that you're in love with right now at the moment. You can post about that. You can ask for insight. You can ask for opinions on things. You can ask questions so people respond. The other type of post you can do is like talking about the benefits, talking about your workouts, talking about your results that you're getting, the results that your challenges are getting, the results that your team is getting. Just like the benefits of being a coach, benefits of being in a challenge group. And then another type of post you can do is talking about a product. So talking about Shakeology, talking about Energize, talking about beach bars, and not just kind of posting it in an icky salesy way, but sharing it in a fun and unique way. So make your shake look nice. Make your Energize look cool, put it in a fancy cup, like things like that are going to make your post stand out and make them more likely to be read. So that is kind of like what your Instagram should look like. This is what it shouldn't look like, and I really hope I don't ever have to tell you guys not to do this. It's kind of obvious. Like, I laughed out loud when I found this image. I was like, who the hell does that? So just don't ever post anything like this. Like, no images of the programs, like from the Beachbody website, something that looks like it's selling something, something that is like a stock image or showing the actual products. It's just very salesy. And that's something that if I were to come across an Instagram page or a Facebook page and saw that, I'd be like, ooh, no, I don't think I want to follow that person, because I don't want to see that every day. So just keep that in mind. Like, no prices on your photos. Avoid like lots of words and like gaudy stuff. It's not really working in today's age. If you scroll back to my very first Instagram post that I made 4 years ago, you'll see some of this stuff. So I made these mistakes. I learned like from making mistakes, but we don't want you to do this. So we made the mistakes. We're kind of like prepping you not to do that. And just also try to create curiosity. So don't say all of the product names, and don't say Beachbody. Don't say like Lift, don't say Lift 4 or like Shift Shop or Shakeology or Energize. Make up a name for it. I call mine Crack Juice, and I literally have people messaging me like, hey, how can I get some of that crack juice? Like, well, let me tell you about that. Or they ask me, what is that superfood shake that you talk about all the time? Or whatever you want to call it. You can call it anything that you want. But just kind of create the curiosity so people are more inclined to ask you questions about it. And therefore, you'll have more of a conversation with them and be able to help them get started on their journey. Okay, this one's just super quick. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is very self-explanatory, but when you are ready to help somebody order, there's a how-to video in the 7-day quick start. Also, if you're in my and Lauren's team, there is a video at the end of the caption for the cover photo. You could literally also go to YouTube, but there's tons of videos on this. Basically, the share cart is a breeze. It's very simple. The information you need from your people before you send them the link is their email and their Shakeology flavor, and of course, what challenge pack they're getting. And then if you've never done this, you build their cart for them. You email it to them, and they just complete the order. However, you can always go old school and use the TBB links generator as well if you want to.
All right, so we've come to the point of the call where we are going to be talking about your goals. We're almost at the end, sorry. We just really want to make sure we set you guys up for success. And like I said, this is the first time we've done this type of call, so naturally we'll get better at talking about these things a little bit shorter. But we really just wanted to set you guys up for success. So we want to know what your goals are. And when we talk about goals, it's important that you write them down. It's not just something that you set in your head and never tell anybody about. These are things that you want to write down on like concrete, written down on a piece of paper, like on a dry erase board, in your phone. You want to share these with your coach so that you're held accountable as well. And you have to decide, what is it that you want to do right now? Do you want to pay for your shakes monthly? Do you want to earn $400 to $500 a month? Do you want to earn a 6-figure income? Like, these are all things that are doable with this business. And we can say these things because many of us have done all of these things. So these are things that you want to write down, set these goals. No goal is too small. No goal is too big. Anything that you want in your life, this business can get that for you. It might not seem like it, but it totally can indirectly. You can literally change your life by applying all of the things we've talked about in this business and doing so consistently. So it's going to take work. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. And the most important thing that you understand is your coach is going to match your pace. So if you're going to walk, we will walk with you. If you're going to run, we're going to run with you. If you're going to sprint, we'll sprint with you. Like, this is a self-paced business. So whatever pace you're moving at, we're moving at with you. We're not going to drag you. We're not going to force you to do things you don't want to do. This is your life, and whatever actions you choose to take with your business is going to help you. We'll give you the tools, but it's up to you to complete the steps that are going to get you to where you want to be. Let me just do this too because it kind of goes into it. Yeah. Okay. So we want you to set your goals now for the next 3 months. And we want to know how many people you're going to help in October, how many people you're going to help in November, and how many people you're going to help in December. And I'm literally taking a screenshot of this now because I'm going to post it in the team page, and I want to know. I want you to comment on it and let us know. Babe, I think he peed.
Where?
I smell it.
My buffalo chicken.
Oh, sorry. Buffalo chicken? I don't think you should eat it if it smells like piss, but anyway. Sorry. So I want to know, I got nervous, I thought he peed. I want to know how many people you're going to help in October. Should be a minimum of 3, but if you want to be safe, I would shoot for 5. That's going to put you into the Success Club 10 category. How many you're going to help in November? Same thing, shoot for 5. And how many you're going to help in December? Also, we want to know your Emerald rank advancement date, keeping in mind realistically this should take 30 days or less. Most people do it in like a week or 2 at the most. And then your Diamond rank advancement goal date, even though it's like probably something that you may or may not be thinking about at this time, we just want to know. Just setting that goal date says a lot. And when you have a date in mind, you're more likely to achieve something. So realistically, 90 days. If you want to be on the Diamond retreat, a little less than that. It's totally possible to make it happen if you want to be there. So we want to know those things. And also, just so you know, if you were to hit Emerald, like let's say you signed up 2 people today, it's not going to show up in your account until Thursday morning. So don't panic if you don't see it, but do make sure your coach knows, especially if it's the first time you're signing up a coach, so we can make sure that they do go on either side so that you do hit Emerald and you're not just like a coach with 2 coaches on the same leg, which is fine because you'll just sign up another one. But you know what I mean. We want to make sure that you're achieving these goals that you're setting. So I'll post this in the team page so you guys can comment on it. So we know what your goals are. You can go into this month strong, and you want to send them off with the action steps, and we're good.
Okay, sure. So this is just a recap. You want to go ahead and invite. We talked about that a million times. You don't want to wait to do that. And post. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. It might be a little late, but you could do a post tomorrow morning, or if you're earlier somewhere else in the country, you could totally still post tonight. But you can definitely go ahead and fire out some private invites tonight, because you learn by doing, and the more you do it, the easier it gets and the more comfortable you'll be. You don't want to wait. This is a doing business. This is not a learning business. You could literally, I've seen coaches spend months going through training and YouTube videos and not doing anything. And you learn by doing. It's a really like trial by fire kind of thing. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. And you can continue to do all your training, but just go ahead and, go ahead and just start doing these things tonight. So you can send out, these are also just some other ways really quickly to contact people. The CCQ method is a great way to start conversations by first complimenting somebody. People love compliments, commenting on something, and then ending it with a question. So you could be like, oh my God, girl, I have to say, like, I love your pink hair. I used to have pink hair myself and I miss it. Did you do it yourself? That would just be a really quick example of a CCQ. Thank yous. I do this every single day, reaching out to every single person who likes my posts and saying, thank you so much for the support. That really means the world. It was hard for me to share, blah, blah, blah. What kind of a fitness journey are you on? Or would you like to do this with me? Or are you just watching and supporting? Happy birthdays, built-in excuse to talk to every single person whose birthday it is each day. I always reach out and say, happy birthday. Do you have any fun plans? And just start that conversation. And then those are people you can invite in a month. You could invite them in a week, however you want to do it, but it just opens the line of communication up with new people, and obviously people really appreciate that. And then green lighting is a way to contact people who are active on your Facebook Messenger. If you open your phone and go to the Messenger app and sort it, you can sort it by active, and those are people who are a lot more likely to respond because they're online. So those are just some other ways to contact people. And then check in on the team page. We gave you guys homework to check in with in just a minute, but you should be glancing at the team page at least once a day. You should 100% have a program selected and be fully committed to your fitness journey. And if you need a refresh, it is Monday and it's the first of the month, so it's a great time to start a new program. And then, was this the last thing? I hadn't even read the last item on the list. Is just to...
Oh, sorry. It was just to use your blueprint or whatever tracking system that your coach gives you to use.
Yes. So what she said, you can't improve what you aren't tracking. People who are tracking their businesses are almost always the ones who are Success Club, and that's not a coincidence. So whether you use this coach blueprint, which is in all the team pages, I believe, or you have your own system, it doesn't matter what you use. It just matters that you use some sort of tracking that works for you. And I know this probably looks complicated if you're new, but it's not. And that's all shared for you guys in the team page. So just keep track. Don't rely on your memory or your inbox, because it's going to be filled up very quickly, and you will definitely let people slip through the cracks and if you're not tracking them. And I think that was everything on there.
Yeah, that's about it. So these things down here that are blue, just so you know, they are clickable. So these are videos that help you with, it literally tells you how to do each of the tasks. And then these are some of the scripts that are just literally the only ones you'll ever really need, linked in one place to make your life more convenient and easier. So if you have nothing and you just have this, you can succeed. You literally don't even need a coach. If you just had this, like, you can still succeed in this business by following this to a T. But you guys are all lucky that you have awesome coaches, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that was it. So thank you so much for hopping on this call. We appreciate you taking time out of your night to be here. We apologize we ran a little long, but that's okay, because all of you guys learned so much tonight, and you're going to go out and crush your businesses. So thanks again. If you have any other questions, reach out to your coach and look out for that post in the team page to let us know what your goals are. Sound good? All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.